Hello Capricorn, this is your special edition Lovescope for February 2017, and this is something different outside of my normal Lovescopes. I am doing this in honor of Valentine's Day to celebrate love. So this reading is going to be very specific. This is a reading for those of you that have this really strong connection to another person, because what I've done here is I've pulled past life cards, and what I wanted to look at for you guys is that one person that maybe you just can't seem to forget about or let go of, or you could even be with that person right now and you're like, oh my God, this is, we have such a connection. Or this is a person that is going to come into your life this year, and the significance of this individual, the energy that I'm picking up on, is you and this person have had many incarnations together. Okay, this is really deep soul level type of romance reading, and for some of you, well, for many of you, you're probably not with that person at this time, that person where you're just like, oh my God, I have this magnetic pull to them. I love them more than I loved anybody. I'm more attracted to them. Like, it's just, there's something special. It's sets apart from, all the relationships you've had. It's just a very special person. And the focus is, or is this person meant to be your ever after in this life? Or, what's going on? What are your energies that you share with this person this lifetime? What's going on with you guys? So this isn't about, some relationship that is just kind of like booty call or casual. No, this is something deeper than that. And you'll know who that person is. And if you're like, this doesn't speak to anybody that I know currently, well, this is speaking to somebody who is coming into your life this year. And this is, speaking of the soul history that you guys share together beyond the reality that this lifetime. It's just, this lifetime is such a small little speck compared to the whole picture of every single act that you guys have participated in together through many lifetimes in many different forms. Okay, so the two past life cards that I have for you guys are finances and angels. So right away, I know, because of the angels card, that this person and you, like, there's a very spiritual connection. And also you got calling in your soulmate, which I'm going to get to that because it's not really speaking to this particular individual that's coming through in the angels card. There's two individuals for you guys, Capricorn. You and this person have this spiritual connection because, they're either you crossed over first and were essentially like a guardian angel, a spirit guide for that person in the past life, or they crossed over first and they were that for you because of the angels card there. All right, there, that's a really strong message. And you, not only that, you guys did a lot of spiritual work in the non-physical together for those who were incarnated. Okay, so this person, the reason you're so pulled to them is there is such a deep spiritual connection. And there's also this finance. So I feel as though for some of you, this is like you guys had a very thriving business in a past life together. So in this lifetime, you guys probably align wonderfully in a practical sense or business sense, or money wise, you guys are probably very similar. Okay, and this could also be the flip. You guys could have experienced a great deal of poverty in your past incarnation together. And maybe in this lifetime you have experienced nice financial abundance, but on the emotional level it's like poverty. So it's kind of like it swapped. Last lifetime, you know, it was spiritual and emotional abundance, but perhaps material and financial poverty. And this lifetime it's, you know, financial stability and abundance galore, but there is, you know, the deficiency in the emotional and spiritual area, even though you feel this great connection to that person. So the way like these energies of the past life play out is obviously different for each of you, but there's a very deep connection there, and that's why you're pulled to that person. And coming into this lifetime, I really do not feel... Okay, so for those of you who are kind of hung up on somebody from the past, you know, you're like, yeah, this energy you're talking about, I know exactly who that is. Or you could even be with this person right now. This is not for those who have not met this person yet. There is a sense, even though you have this amazing connection, that the love, the romantic love, the passion isn't there. There is love and there is spiritual connection and there's familiarity, and you might even be like really good friends with each other, but the passion and, you know, the excitement is long gone. And there's a really good reason for that. It's because there is a new energy, a new person to dance with this lifetime. And this particular soulmate, you know, there's a change in the winds. It's that the energy of this person, this soulmate, it's time for that energy to kind of leave your life. And I know many of you probably don't want to hear that because of how deep you feel the connection and the love for that individual, but there's somebody else for you guys. Okay, for Capricorn, there is somebody else, and I feel like the energy of, let me pan out, the energies, because I pulled 3 vintage oracle cards to represent the energy of the past life coming into this life, and I got power, release, and nature. And what's beautiful is the romance angel cards that I pulled for past, present, and future. With this power, you have this heart-to-heart conversation, okay? And then you have release, and then calling in your soulmate, and then nature, and stay optimistic about your love life. And then you have change in the winds and go the distance. And then the oracle cards that came out for you guys, I've drawn 3, and I'm going to show them at the end of the reading. And these are the oracle cards that I have that don't have titles, but what I'm going to do is show you each one of them and read you the little quote that's depicted for each one, and let it speak to you, because, you know, one of these 3 is definitely a personal message for you. Only you will know which one. So I'm just bringing that up because these play so into the advice you got in the oracle cards. But you have to release this relationship, this deeply connected relationship where you know, like, you know that, you know, this is a soulmate, but it's that your dance is done for this lifetime. There's something else coming in that is just as good, if not better. And I know, like, some of you are going to be like, yeah, that's not even a possibility, give me a break. Trust me, Spirit wouldn't have brought this out in your reading if that wasn't true. Like, okay, because the next 2 cards are nature and stay optimistic about your love life. This is saying that you need to focus on you and do you for a while, okay? And stay optimistic. And, you know, I feel like that's where this go the distance card comes into play, is you doing you and you staying optimistic about who your next dance is with. Because, you know, we're here, we're physically focused, and this seems all so real to us, you know, it's our reality. And so we get very caught up and serious about things, especially when it comes to romantic love. And the truth is that nothing in existence, you know, lasts forever. It's constantly changing and transforming. Not even your soul, like your own soul, is constantly changing and transforming. Like nothing is stagnant. Even though there are, you know, moments of your life where it seems like it's just nothing's happening the same day every day for like a year. But seriously, even though it looks that way, nothing is ever stagnant. It's always in motion. And for you guys, I feel like this is, you know, I feel like, okay, if you are thinking about somebody from your past, or you are with somebody where the passion is just completely gone, this is Spirit saying, like, you've got to be willing to let go and release yourself from this situation. And, you know, if you just have like a real genuine conversation with this person, like, it's going to empower you and it's going to free you. But it's like you need to release this person or this relationship. It's like you've got to go to the distance. You've got to be willing, because seriously, right on the horizon is this soulmate. And so for those of you who are single, you're probably like, hell yeah, like if you're not thinking about an ex, or and you're not really coupled up, this is saying to you guys, this person, this deep angelic spiritual connection soulmate is what is coming in for you this year. That is showing up, okay? But for those of you who are hung up on somebody, or you're in this relationship that no longer has any passion, it's just kind of flat and familiar, you need to release it and allow the change in the winds to take place, because what's coming is so much better. And, you know, I do feel that for many of you, there is this period of being alone and being on your own. But it needs to happen. Or if you've been in that space for a while, you need to trust that it needs to happen. And so this energy isn't just for the month of February. I'm just, you know, I'm doing this special edition Lovescope in honor of Valentine's Day, which falls in February. This energy is all about like your next soul connection, that next relationship. And you know, love can truly happen at any time, and this can show up at any time, but I feel like for the majority of you, this is something that's coming, you know, after February. There's like work that needs to be done on yourself. Especially if you've been in a relationship that you're getting out of, it's like you need some you time, but you need to remain hopeful and optimistic and know in your heart that what your next step is, your next adventure, your next deep soul connected relationship that could very well be the relationship that you entertain for the rest of your time here. Okay, this is very deep. That's what wants to come in. That's there. Like it's going to show up. And you know, for those of you who are single that you have done all the work, it's like this person, maybe they have more work they need to do on themselves, but there is a change in the winds, okay? And for some of you, this person might be coming from afar, but you guys definitely have, you know, this beautiful connection from a previous life already established, and you'll know that. And for those of you who have this connection with somebody already, but like I said, the relationship is just flat, it's time to allow that energy to pass so that your next, you know, big deal can show up, because it is a big deal. And, you know, with this Angels card here, you have this same kind of like doing work on the non-physical with this being prior to this lifetime. Okay, it wouldn't show up like that. It's just, I feel like for Capricorn, it's one soulmate cycle with a specific being is completing. And that's because there is something beautiful and brand new that wants to manifest in your life. It's like your next big adventure, and don't hold on to something that no longer lights up your life just because you have a connection. Okay, maybe it's just time for you guys to be friends, and with heart-to-heart conversation there, you may come to find that your partner feels the same way you do. You know, it's just hard to let go when you do love somebody and everything's pretty okay, but it's just like we don't have that fire and passion anymore. It's, you know, maybe time. And if you are really just hung up on somebody from the past, it's time to come back into your personal power and allow yourself to release that energy, because it's not coming back. And if it does, it's not going to work out. It's just going to be kind of the same thing, because there's something else for you. There's, you know, this is the bus that came to pick you up to take you to your next destination. And believe me when I say, this is the bus you want to be on. And you've got to trust spirit, because we always think we know what we want, but how many times do we get what we want and we're like, damn, you know what, that's not really what I wanted. But then there's those times where we didn't get what we wanted and we're damn mad. We're mad as hell. And then something else kind of happens and changes, and something else shows up, and we're like, oh my God, this is the best ever. I'm so happy XYZ didn't work out. Take that philosophy with this. If you're having a hard time, you know, moving on or letting go, there's something just way better showing up, okay? So let's do the oracle cards. So these cards, they do not have a title. This is card 44. They are mostly meant to be interpreted based off their imagery. So I'm going to put that there, but I will read you the quote. So out of the 3 cards that I show, whichever one you're most drawn to is your personal advice from spirit. And you might be drawn to all 3, because honestly, they really play into each other. So really look at the imagery and see what's speaking to you, okay? So, card number 44. Unison, common goals, shared values, at one with others. It is probably not love that makes the world go around, but rather those mutually supportive alliances through which partners recognize their dependence on each other for the achievement of shared and private goals. All right, so that really goes into play with this heart-to-heart conversation, where you might find out that like what you're feeling in a stale relationship, your partner's feeling that too, and just having that talk will free you both so that you can move on to this, okay? Or even an ex, you know, maybe having this conversation will give you the momentum to move on. So the next card is card 15, and trying to let you see it up close. See if that calls out to you. So this card is farewell, goodbyes, closure. Forever and ever farewell. If we do meet again, why, we shall smile. If not, well, then this parting was made well. So this, if this is you, this is really like strong. Yes, Spirit is saying, I am speaking to you. It's time to release. It's time to say goodbye. It's time to move on, because I got something so much better for you. Oh my God, if you could just let this go, your soulmate will show up. It will come in. That energy is just right there. All right, and the last card is actually card number 1. This is what it looks like up close. Card number 1 says, a new beginning, release from the past. Ah, I love it. You may have a fresh start any moment you choose, for this thing we call failure is not falling down, but staying down. So, Capricorn, very clear cut message for you guys. If you're hung up on the past, yes, that person was your soulmate for sure, and you guys have shared many things, but your dance is over this lifetime, and there's somebody waiting to dance with you. And every one of those outcome cards is reiterating the energy that has come through in this reading, and it's time to say goodbye and move on, so that you can find, you know, this is what you really want. And even though you think this might be in somebody else, this is just coming in. So I hope that that resonated with you, and you know, provided some information for you in regards to any hang-ups you may be having in regards to a soulmate connection. I will do my normal monthly love scopes for February, starting with February 1st through 15th. But again, this is just a special edition to honor love in the month of love. So I hope that you all have a very beautiful February, and that, you know, you open yourself up for this soulmate energy to come in, and you'll know. There will be no question. If there's any little bit question, that's not that. No, there will be no question. You'll be like, okay, I get it. That's him, that's her. I know why I had to let go of what I had, or just, you know, finally release my ex, because this is exactly what I wanted. It's like, this is exactly what I didn't know I wanted, type of energy. I'm really excited for you guys. So that's what I have. Take care of yourselves.